Okay, so, you know, I spent the weekend at a friend of mine, and I had a pretty enlightening conversation with one of my cousins, who lives in California. I live in Texas. Um, she has bipolar and depression, and a lot of things she described, or a lot of the struggles she described, kind of match mine. Um, I had a hunch that, sitting in the coffee shop, even trying to do things that take my mind off of the depression wasn't really helping because my mood swing was just so drastic. And I've had mood swings in the past where it was pretty heavy, and I would lash out and I would react. I wouldn't think things through. And one thing my cousin had pointed out was that she used to be a very passive listener, and she's working to be a more active listener. She would just listen somewhat subtly in the background, but wait to react to things, and that's how I operated actually for quite some time. I just never really realized it until someone pointed it out. And it might have seemed obvious, but I guess it wasn't obvious to me because I never thought about it. And then of course, I made a separate video where, I would speak to my ex in a condescending tone. I would be condescending at times, and now I know where I get it from. Because a few days prior, when I went to my therapy session, my mother had lashed out at me and spoke to me in a condescending way that really, really just broke me that day. And now I'm really debating my future, in terms of living here. Do I want to get a roommate or live with a friend? I don't know. Still don't have a job, but I have a friend of mine who is, who's going to help me make art prints. The prints should be coming in today, so hopefully she can get the print paper and get the scans of my drawings to create some good prints and see if they sell at the next art market she hosts. She's letting me at least show some of my stuff around for free, so there's no vendor's fee, so that's good. But yeah, also, over the weekend, and even today, I've been in limbo between acceptance that my relationship with my ex is no more, and denial, if whether or not there's a chance we could be back together. And, we both had our issues. Me more than anything. And I never really took action to change and focus on bettering myself. I would do like brief bursts of trying to help myself, but then, just when I think things would be going back to normal, they would spiral out of control and I would be worse, in a week or two's time. So, it's kind of weird that it takes a critical point in one's life to really try and change things around. And also this, this interchange of mood here between acceptance and denial is making me think about, my relationship. What did I like about it? What didn't I like about it? I suppose, while the video's still going, just to have a record, the things that I liked, I liked the fact that my ex was very intelligent. She could hold pretty deep conversations, ones that I normally can't hold with other people. And we could talk about, math and physics with each other. Not anything complicated, but, something that, an average person really wouldn't understand normally, we could talk about. And not to say that to be condescending, I'm just saying that as that's what I admired a lot about her. And also she had, I loved her smile. Her smile was, she would glow up the room, or make the room glow, I should say. Sorry, it's kind of hard to find words, especially, when your mind is scrambled like mine right now. I also liked that she was very open-minded. She liked the same things I liked, like Legos, art, video games, although we didn't like the same video games. And I kind of got bored playing video games. So I never really wanted her to take it as I didn't want to play with her. I just don't want to play video games in general, which is weird because, when I was 10 or 11, when I got my first game console, I thought I was never going to stop playing video games. And then I just see the video game industry devolving into shit, and I just think, what's the point in paying $60, $70 for a game that's not even complete, or that has a very lackluster storyline, or, an awful multiplayer system? Why bother? I just stopped buying video games. So, this has given me pause for thought about the things I liked about a relationship and the things I didn't like. And, I think no matter what, a part of me is always going to love my ex. I don't think there's any part of me that can ever be buried when it comes to loving her. But, I had spent so much time lashing out at everyone, including her, and I even lost a friend in the process, not including her as well, my best friend. It kind of made me realize that, maybe this is the best thing for both of us. I have a lot of work I need to do on myself, and, when I told her that I didn't want to marry her, it wasn't that I, didn't see her as my life partner. It was because I don't think I was ready, because I clearly needed more help, and I don't think it was something that she could give me on her own, and I don't think it was something that she could stay or stick around for, at least until, I can get all the help that I need and find a way to cope, find a way to let things go. Some things that I have trouble letting go were my dad's death. I have trouble letting go of, my future, my career. Right now, I'm just looking to get a simple job, maybe work as a server or barista. Despite my credentials, I just want to take it easy for a while and save up as much money as I can while living with my mother until I can get a car, and then maybe go travel around and maybe stay with a roommate or a friend. Because I think for a long time I was put on a pedestal by a lot of people, and I just don't want to be put on that pedestal anymore. I just want something simple. I just want people to treat me like a human being, not like some highly gifted individual or like some genius, as some people say. I don't feel like any of those, and I hate it when people boast and brag about me, because it's like you're just only seeing the positives. You're not being realistic. Just say, hey, my son likes to do art, maybe you should talk to him sometime. Not say like, oh, my son is so gifted, oh, he can do all these things, because then that just makes me have to perform to a certain level, and I just don't want to. I don't want to do that all the time. But anyway, I'm going to do a telehealth visit with my psychiatrist tomorrow. Hopefully get a better diagnosis, see if I can get some different medication that could help, keep the balance in my brain. In addition, there's going to be a therapy session on the 22nd for me in person, and I might ask my therapist as well, or I will ask him, if there are any group therapy sessions I can go to for people who struggle with depression, and potentially for me, bipolar, as well as anxiety. Great mix that runs in the family, but right now I'm just in that limbo of it's hard to let go of what could have been, but at the same time, it's a feeling that maybe the future will be okay, regardless of what happens. I know my ex loved the old me, and I want to be like the old me. I want to be happy. I want to be happy with myself. I just don't want to have so much worry on my plate. So, trying to take it one day at a time. My mood is at least starting to, be on the mend a little bit. But, I figure I'd give an update and just talk about some realizations I had. Hopefully, if I do end up back with my ex, or if I end up with someone else, they can at least respect the fact that I just don't want to be career-oriented right now. I just want a simple job, save up some money, give my mind a break until I feel like I fully understand who I am and can be happy with myself. Anyway, thank you for listening.